Playing on my phone.
He's just doing his thing. All right. So tonight, Brick Chat. He's going to be playing on his phone all night. Not a big deal. It's all right. I'm going to take over the show, I think. It's okay. This is his layout thing, but I want to take over the show. All right, come back.
Thank you.
All right. So, I'm Brad.
I'm Joe. Starting with that, man. I'm over here getting stuff on my phone ready for tonight.
I know.
Here we go.
I mean, might as well do the little blooper thing at the front, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the best beginning.
Best beginning. We always worry about how to start things. That worked.
It usually is kind of blooperish at the beginning.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about tonight?
Yes. Because we have trees, trains. I suppose we could touch on track again, but the group purchase thing.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to bring up a couple things with that. So by the time this comes out, it should be roughly the time of ordering stuff. We've got...
This is my new piece. Just showing it off while he's talking about track. But go ahead. Keep going.
And there is track on that, too.
Yeah?
Again, this year. Well, you got to leave it hooked up so you can...
Oh, yeah, true.
So we can actually use it. Yes, we have all the things. Well, not all the things. But we have a few things. And tonight's major items that, well, not maybe not, a big thing we're going over tonight is actually in response to you awesome subscribers, so that we have a few things tonight to respond to what you were asking about.
Yes. So, should we start?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start. Okay.
Wait, we did start.
I know. So, one of the comments we got was kind of go over like the difference between 7 wide, 6 wide, 8 wide, 10 wide trains. And if we really have a preference, something like that in one of the comments.
I don't have a 10 wide.
Yeah, I don't either. They're just, they're a little wide. Anyway, so Lego puts together, all their trains are 6 wide. Okay? Well, if you put a 6 wide next to one of their cars, it just doesn't look right. It just doesn't. So, this is 6 wide right there. And if we had one of their little, like, speed champion cars put right next to it, it'd look way off. So, I prefer to do more realistic. So, if you figure one stud is per foot, so a train is roughly 8 wide, 9 feet wide, something like that. So I like the 8 wide. It gives you more detail, especially like if you want to walk way down the side, stuff like that. You've got it. And you can also, every scale up that you go, just like doing scale models, airplanes, anything like that, the bigger they are, the more detail they get. That's the basic thing. So Lego, they got their thing, not as detailed.
This is inspired from a Lego set. It's not exactly a set,
exactly,
but it does have some of the profile bricks and the bars on the side.
Yeah.
Lego will still cheat on the 6 wide by doing some of the greebling to the side of it.
Yep.
We get way more detailed greebling
when you go to 8 wide. Now, if you go 10 wide, you can even put in more detail because you can make your walks on the side bigger, wider, all that stuff. You can make your engine compartments actually have the actual motors in there, the mock-up of them, stuff like that. Now, here's a 7 wide, so it's a split between a 6 and an 8, obviously. Now, I'm not much of a fan for 7 because you have to use a lot more jumpers, like a lot more jumpers.
Yeah, this roof is 2x2s and 2x3s.
Yeah.
Alternating back and forth with plates underneath of it, and then we've gone into a little bit more detail in previous videos, but 7 wides are a little bit easier these days because Lego has come out with 1x5s.
True. They came out with the odd piece because they've always never been odd, but now they have that.
Yeah.
So it's helped out quite a bit.
I didn't use any 5s on this. This was built like 2 months before they came out with that piece.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh
So
well.
yeah. And the downside, the one downside that I hate, well, not hate, but you know, it's the detail thing, is when you go to 8 wide, you obviously have to fill in your trucks on the bottom. You can't use the Lego trucks, which is, you know, the standard Lego trucks there you can see. So you have to fill it all in, just more parts. Bigger it is, the more part hog it is. So
You can get away with it a little bit with 7 wides.
yeah,
Because some of the real life trains, when you look at them, it is kind of skinny.
the trucks are skinny. Yeah, kind of like this one is great. I mean, I would not change that at all. This one you obviously have to put more on. 10 wide, believe me, it'd be like the guy going to the gym didn't work on leg day ever. Ever. Yeah, he skipped leg day every day. It does not look right. You have to like build your trucks bigger and stuff.
Never skip train wheel day.
Yes, for sure.
We need a meme of that.
There you go. So, but there's the answer for that.
And these side by side, I'm gonna grab that one and slide it up here. Oh man, that one I didn't go quick.
That's all right. Just get up there close.
So when they're on there side by side, granted there is a little bit of spacing between these, you can definitely tell the 8, 7, and the 6. If you were looking at these as they were going around the train loop and whatnot, it's obvious.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's obvious.
And then this one is actually your smallest 8 wide.
It is.
So if you had one of your bigger ones, we're talking
it dwarfs the other two.
Sorry, camera. At least twice the length of it. So yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, I can pose people up here, you know, the little mini scale minifigs up on the front, on the sides, and
what, no
they look
figs?
No mega figs, just the minis, and they look normal for the rest of the layout. So if you want to, you know, display your guys with it, where these other ones you can't really do it unless they're inside and you can't really see them.
That's a good point about being able to see them, because I have to use these smaller windows. You got some nice big windows, natural looking.
Yeah.
Get a couple of them in there and still be able to see them.
Yeah. I just put my guys outside. They need the wind. They need the air fresh air.
80 miles an hour. Okay. Hold on for dear life. Like Doc on the side of the Back to the Future train.
Yep.
Barely hanging on.
Save yourself, Marty. Something like that. Anyway. Okay.
If you're looking for building one of these engines, I happen to know a guy.
Yes.
That did a really good video.
There's a couple of videos of it, of that exact one. I've been asked to do a Steam one next, so I'm trying to decide which one to do. I've been asked to do a small one, but why do small when I can do big? So I can't decide which one I'm doing yet. I'm still trying to find photos and stuff of what one I want to do, but that's going to be one of my next builds.
Speaking of steam trains and big steam trains, if you would like to see the big boy steam train, a little up close personal with it, talking all about it because he happens to have it, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. I also need to throw some lights on there, so that'd be another good video to do. Go over the train and throw some lights in it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not just gonna put lasers up from further away, like spotlight with a laser. That way you just can't move.
What? Put little crosshairs on it. Yeah, people shooting at it. Yeah, sure. Okay. Anyway, so
that's while we're in this section. Yes, it is. It's upcoming.
That's upcoming.
While we're in this section, we're on the train topic still before we move away from trains.
Okay.
You got a new toy.
I did. Someone had to place an order, so he threw my thing on there. Got this from Tricks Bricks. It's their Wye. I'm going to use this for going into a train yard. A secondary train yard, I guess, a staging area off the main, away from all the other Legos, so that way it's going to be in the center of the loop, so everybody can put their trains on there, come out to the train yard, and then get on the main. So, kind of excited about it. Once again, Tricks Bricks, they did a good job. I was a little worried about the little frog detail in here for catching your train wheels, but we tested it just a couple minutes ago, and it seems to be catching just fine. So
That's what he's talking about right there.
right here, where it goes, you have no sides, but the inner keeps it from going over to the one side or the other to catch the center, to keep going down the center. I was a little worried about it, but it seems to be working just fine.
I guess we can throw the crocodile's going to be the easiest to see
Yeah,
that in action.
we can throw that on really fast.
I guess the Amtrak 2 might not be bad.
But the real test is when we get to a show.
Full speed ahead. We're going one direction now.
One direction there. Turn. Beautiful. All right, let's go to the other turn. You have 2 switches, which, okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what's needed.
Yeah, it's needed, so. Beautiful. Uh-oh.
Hit something on the way back?
Something not happy. Oh, it's your train itself's catching right on the corner. Okay. And then right down the center, this is the part I was worried about.
See if I can get down in here. Kind of dark, but
see, it goes. I was worried about it going from side to side too much. But it lines up just fine. No issues. Now, if you really want, you can flip both switches out, and then obviously you crash. Yep. It derails.
Oh.
It doesn't know which way to go. So, that's the only bad part about that. There's not like an override.
And then we kind of decided or figured out here that the reason it can go down the center track is because as we come through here, this track here, oops, sorry, I'm holding the camera and blinking at the same time. This track here is preventing the wheel
from
sliding this way.
Outwards, yep. Just like that.
Get up, passenger your train. Just go full bore at it.
I know. Don't even stop. Just do or die. Do it. Do it. All right. Okay.
I got some trees here.
Trees.
So
now this is really cool. This is something that I want to. One of the many, yeah. In 5 years, when I get to my mountain scene that I want to do, definitely want pine trees and stuff like that. So this is like, I'm trying to save money up for buying parts already, making pine trees. So yeah.
Yeah, and this isn't my original design. Full transparency on that. Linda something. Anyway, I will put a link to their walkthrough for it in the description below. Basically, what you're doing is taking the leaf elements, and you see I've got one to the side and one where it's a little harder for you to see there. So you put them sideways, twist it so it interlocks, and then you kind of have to wiggle them together, but once they're interlocked there, they're not falling off, they're not falling apart. You do that a few times, stick it on your tree. I made it sound way simpler than when you're actually building it. You end up with a bunch of rings like this.
So you make the ring like that, and it just falls right on top. And you make them different diameters.
And part of it is you kind of have to squish it down. So I actually didn't have this much green. It can deform them if you squish them down really far, but I did not Nephi. These are perfectly fine leaves still. They're not all bent. Thank you, Nephi, for letting me use these for the demonstration at the lug meeting.
Now, here's a little tip of the day. Sometimes when you get these from Bricklink and they come in the mail, they just come this way already because they're already just all messed up and stuck together. So, Bricklink tip right there.
Yeah, even on the pad ball at the Lego store, they had a bunch of the, what is that, magenta?
Uh-huh.
They had a whole bunch of that on the wall, so I picked up a little bit of that.
Same thing.
Yeah, and they were all stuck together. This is a more traditional tree method. Some of the leaves have fallen off just because we brought it to the Well, I brought these to the lug meeting this last weekend
Uh-huh.
because on our, still haven't figured out a short way to say it without saying it, the group purchase of bulk products from Lego.
Yeah.
That thing.
That thing.
As part of our lug purchase is it's not green, it's sand green.
Sand green.
So sand green, big and small leaves, and so
Ooh.
brought this as a display of what you can do with them as far as trees on people's layouts.
Yeah.
I'm going to be building somewhere between 20 to 25 of these.
And then he's going to build another 20 to 50 for me.
Oh, that takes up my whole order. Seriously, 25, I think it is. Or maybe it's like 26. Something like that. It's like $100 worth
Okay.
of trees. It's like, holy crap, because look how many are on here. It's parts intensive.
Yeah, it's very part intensive, but it looks really good. And one of the things that we've noticed, actually he pointed out to me first, is most when you do the layouts and stuff, everybody will have buildings and this and that, but there's no trees. And if you do trees, I mean, this is Lego's version.
Which
it's a shrub.
You grab a minifig from down there.
Oh, does he have to have a head?
No.
Okay.
So when you look at the size, that's like Christmas tree size. I mean, my fingers are in the way for you guys, but
it's not even Christmas tree size.
In real life, like
not even Christmas tree. My trees are taller than I am when I buy a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Okay. And this is the small one, right? They
Yeah.
have one that's taller.
They have one a little bit taller.
Okay. So this one, so really, like, if you were thinking in person, in real life, it's a respectable tree to have around, like, your yard.
It's a shrub.
Yeah, it's a shrub.
It's a shrub.
Okay, you got the one with the cape.
If you're in Texas, it's a big weed.
Yes.
Whereas with this is what I want for my mountain scene. So that's what I like. That will look great, especially when you've got a big train going past all the trees.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be passing shrubs all day long. You want a tree.
And these are adjustable size, too.
Yeah.
You could just take, like, the bottom ring's a 9. So you could start off with an 8 at the bottom.
Yeah.
Go 8, 6.
You can do shorter. Just take a ring off. You can do taller. Just put a couple more rings on. You make them taller. That's the thing is, if you do start doing your shrubbery and stuff, remember trees are not all the same. They're all different. That's why people are going with different colors and all that stuff, because you can even put on 1 or 2 different colors on the same tree, or have a completely different color of tree. It looks way better.
Making my train festive with trees.
There you go. Festival of trees right there.
Oh,
All right.
And this is the other design, much more simplistic, I guess you could say.
Simplistic, yep.
Way less parts intensive. Just uses brown
arches.
Yeah, the inverted arch.
Inverted arch.
They just put them on there. I had to cheat with this.
It's an Audi, not an any arch.
That's right. So I'm actually going to build both styles, because for my corner mod I'm doing these, because it's going to have something else that's bigger, along with a couple decent sized buildings. Totally going to fit.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yes.
Pine tree.
That is a spruce tree.
Spruce tree. What's that one?
That is a oak tree.
That's an oak tree.
I only know that because I had to create instructions for our lug, and I had to name it. So if you would have asked me a week ago, I wouldn't have had a clue.
Doesn't look like an oak to me, but it probably is. I don't know my trees either. Yeah, I have no idea. I just had to ask.
Yeah. Well,
okay, anyway, there you go.
Aha! I was prepared without knowing it.
Exactly.
I guess that's what school is, right?
No, that's G.I. Joe.
Right. Yeah.
You have to be a G.I. Joe to be
That's the real
the more you know, or whatever they're saying.
Oh, like with the whole like star with the rainbow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Something like that. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. And now you know. Now you know.
Now you know.
That's my trees.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
I'll be doing both of these. One for the corner mod, this one for another something that I'm working on that is more fitting for something a little bit less size. I'm not going to go into detail on it.
That's a
because
surprise.
It's going to be a brick slopes reveal.
Ooh. Yeah.
So much so that I have to have a custom table created for it.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, 30 by 60
You
table.
making one?
I'll have to.
30 by 61?
Mm-hmm. I don't have to sit. So all the 30 by 90s will butt up against it.
Okay. I'm actually trying to make one too, a 30 by 60.
Okay.
So we might have to just do a video on how to make tables. I don't know. If you want to see a video on how to make table, let us know.
Mm-hmm. It's not fairly difficult.
No, it's not hard, but you know, people might not know. So, all right. Okay. What else?
Now you. Sorry. Dramatic pause.
Okay, what else?
Something yellow? Something channel related?
Oh, yes. So,
Drum roll there.
that's, yeah. One of the other chats that we got was show some stuff in the background, some of our own mocks that we've made. I just grabbed this one really fast off my back wall. This here is one of my cranes. So I try and show it off tonight. Totally one of my own creations. On this, I've got, let's start off with the boom. Everything on that works. Everything's functional. You got the cab that can tilt. You got your counterweights that you can actually take off, put on. Technically, you make taller ones if you want. You've got your winch out there. That actually works. It just hasn't worked for a long time, but if you got weight on it, it'll actually pull the hook out. There you go. Thanks, Joe. You can't see his other hand, but thanks, Joe. And then you got a lock, so that way it can't pull any more out. There you go. Okay. Got lift points because this is actually part of my other crane. I use this to actually lift the boom on my other crane. This is a counterweight. We'll get to that eventually. Show that off. Here, right? Yep, these two hooks right there. So, see what else. Swing this around. Obviously, you've got the two rams that lift the boom up and down. Then you've got your extension here. Extends out. Goes back in. And then I forgot to actually bring the pin, but you can actually take this guy off. This is called your stinger. It actually, put these back on there. But if I actually take the time to hook this on, it can actually go on there, give you a little bit more. Obviously, you got to get your string up and over, but it actually works. There's a little stinger on there. You lift something a little farther out. Okay, then we'll leave that off for a second. The tracks do move. Get this other camera here. The tracks do move. Not all that great, but they do move, and they actually have a spring in there to actually keep this tension on the tracks. Because you know, Lego doesn't have a really great way of keeping the tension. Whenever you put tracks on, they always sag or they're too tight. So I got little springs right down here on the sides, and they actually keep tension in the track.
That is a great idea for GBC.
Yeah. A little tension helps out a ton, because even on like the roller coaster and stuff, sometimes you just get slop in your chain and stuff, and you just need just a little bit of tension, and it helps out a ton.
It's interesting you bring that up too, because messing with this roller coaster, clicking sound.
Yeah.
Apparently, if there was tension on the chain, where like the car was starting to get stuck or something like that, it would make a clicking sound. And so, always under the assumption that the chain was too tight or something was too tight. But what was happening, we found out, Ryan's roller coaster. It's not technically a roller coaster, but anyway, we were messing with Ryan's coaster, so we figured out that because we lost the rubber band, so it was just running there by itself with like hardly any tension.
Okay.
And it would click sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, it is what it is, type of thing. That's what I thought. Apparently, that rubber band on mine must be losing tension. Because we got just a regular rubber band, lots of tension in it, sucked the chain right up, no more clicking.
There you go.
So now I need to do it to this one to confirm it.
Yeah.
It was, But apparently the clicking is just that it's so loose it's falling off the gear.
The gear is actually skipping on the gear. You hear that click as it does it. So
everything like it was ripping the gears.
Yeah.
From too much tension. But no, it's just too loose.
Too loose tension.
Yeah. I just need a new rubber band. The simple things.
The simple things in life. Yep.
But yeah, that's genius there. Put those springs in there to hold that on. Good thinking.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and I've got another crane video coming up. My BrickLink order should be tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
And I've got a little crane review to do tomorrow.
Ooh,
so you can look forward to that one.
Look at that. I'm still waiting on my BrickLink order. I got 1 out of 3.
Okay, I was going to say, like, did you not get anything?
No, I got 1 out of 3. I got the least amount of parts that I ordered. That's the one I got.
Okay.
So it's like I got 5 out of the 82 different elements I needed. All right. So.
Yeah. Other than that, any questions? I feel like the end of a school class. Any questions, kids?
Yeah. Let us know.
But in reality, yes.
Joe's working on some good things coming up here in the future. I don't know if you want to talk about that now or leave that as a teaser.
Give me a hint, because I got too many things.
Right over there. Right over there. Right
on the table?
over there. Yeah, on the table. Right over there.
In black?
In black.
Oh.
And a little bit to the side. But you may want to be saving that for brick slopes.
Potentially, yes. Because I have a little bit of tweaking to do with it.
So let's do that as a teaser.
There's always stuff that's coming out.
I know.
And so if you're not subscribed, you're missing out. Yeah. Yeah, other than that. The reason I asked about the questions was because we got up close and personal with the different sizes in question because of the question. So anything that you see in our videos, feel free to ask us about it, and we will be happy to, assuming you can fit it in with everything else we have got planned, put it in here. In-depth videos on the shed from the previous video, in-depth video on the crane, any of that.
Yep. If you see something in the background you want to ask about, we'll show that too. So that's what the crane is. It's the start of that. So yeah, just awesome. Ask.
Right. How about storage?
Storage.
Because this is something that I don't see a lot of people doing.
Yeah.
This method.
Okay.
So we will plan on storage in one of the very recent, or not recent, one of the upcoming.
Okay.
One of the 1 or 2.
We'll do that.
And then beyond that,
I know everybody's up and down on what they want to do, and they're obviously trying to do it the cheapest way. So I've got mine how I do mine, and he's got his how he does his. So
multi-location video.
Woo! Yay! All right.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. See you next time.